My opponent claimed several times that the Libertarian Party is just a theory, not a party. Libertarianism is based upon many theories and many ideals, just like all other political parties. But regardless of that, it is a party in its own right. You can register as a libertarian, you can vote as a libertarian, and you can even run for president as a libertarian. It is the third largest party in the United States, right behind Democrats and Republicans, and it is growing. The number of people registered as a libertarian has risen by 8% since October of 2008, which is more of a rise than a Democrat or Republican registration has seen. There were 154 libertarians holding elected public office in 2010. So again, clearly, it is a real party represented by real people who hold real governmental positions. Just because it runs on theories, like non-interference and tolerance, does not negate its merit as a political party. In addition, my opponent expressed concern that half of the Libertarian Party is atheist and half are evangelicals. I do not see that this constitutes any type of problem. In fact, this suggests that the Libertarian Party is a party for everybody, where tolerance and common goals overcome petty differences like religion. As I previously argued, religion has no place in politics to begin with. Our forefathers established America as a country that believed in the separation of church and state, so a political party that does not care about or judge based upon religion is clearly well suited to lead the nation. I would also like to counter the claim that the Libertarian Party is only for wealthy white males by pointing out that this is a far more fitting characterization of the Republican Party. While registered libertarians do tend to be white and wealthy, the Libertarian Party's platform is much more friendly to people of all types than the Republican platform. And yes, libertarians do want to change the educational system. They want education to be managed at the local level and feel that, in general, parents should be responsible to pay for their child's education. However, this does not mean only the wealthy will be educated. A school could not function in a community that could not afford to pay for it, and thus the market forces of capitalism will ensure a price that is affordable and reasonable for all residents. There are many benefits to this system. If the parents in the community have all personally invested their money in their child's schooling, they will have much more reason to hold the school accountable for excellence and will be more likely to get involved, which can only benefit the school. In addition, since the school is paid for by the community, the school will in turn be more determined to produce well-educated students. The government-run public schools of today are often much more concerned with their bottom line than with education. They are frequently underfunded and unable to pay for capable teachers, but this would change with a libertarian system. As history has demonstrated, and as the present continues to demonstrate, very few systems are better run by the government than by the free market, and the libertarians feel that education is no different. The comments my opponent claims Ron Paul made about homosexuals are actually far more fitting of Republican rhetoric than libertarian. And while Ron Paul was a libertarian for many years, my opponent has failed to mention that he is now running as a Republican candidate for president. It is clear that many Republicans do not respect the personal rights of gay individuals, whereas libertarians feel the opposite. The Libertarian presidential candidate, Gary Johnson, stated in a C-SPAN interview that he is fully in support of gay rights. And no, I'm not only concerned with gay people when it comes to politics. I do understand that, while numerous, they still make up a relatively small minority of our nation. My reason for bringing up the point about gay rights was to demonstrate that Republicans do not stand for less government, as my opponent stated. I discussed that issue to provide several examples of the level of government interference Republicans stand for in regards to people's personal lives. In response to my opponent's question, what do I say to the 30 million Catholics in America? I say, more power to you. I don't care about anyone else's religion, and I fully support their right to practice it. I do not, however, support anyone who wants to take away that right, and neither do libertarians. They don't have any stance on Catholicism or any other religion. As I stated before, they firmly feel that religion has no place in politics. Thus, I conclude that despite my opponent's claims, the Libertarian Party is the best for the future of America, while the Republican Party calls for too much governmental interference to truly be beneficial to our country.